today we'll talk about beans. Yes, your beans. Let's talk about the benefit of eating beans. It is very important to soak your beans. Lectin, lectin, and there are certain ways to help you reduce it. Hi everyone, I'm Sosan. I'm your health investment consultant, and my goal is to teach you different and effective strategies for you to optimize your health, whether that is improving or optimizing your metabolic health and reducing insulin resistance. And today we'll talk about beans. Yes, your beans. First of all, let's talk about the benefit of eating beans. So beans are very high in fiber and they're a great source of protein, especially for people who are aiming towards more plant-based eating habits. They're high in fiber, and fibers are great for help promote regularity. It also help you to feel full, increasing the volume. So this way, for people who want to manage the weight, it is a great choice. And last but not least, it's great in terms of managing your blood sugar as well as cholesterol. So beans has a lot of benefit, but one of the negativity is that it creates gas. A lot of people say, when I eat beans, I felt so gassy. I fart all the time and I don't want it. And another thing is people are so worried about eating beans of the word lectin. Yes. Lectin, lectin. And also another, nutrient or anti-nutrient that people worry about is called phytate. So in beans or legume, they have lectins as well as phytate. And there are certain ways to help you reduce it. I'm going to teach you that. Number one, it is very important to soak your beans. I'm talking about dry bean. I'm not talking about canned bean. Well, dry bean. It is important to soak your beans and for at least 8 hours or more. Soaking your beans help to allowing the phytate to release so that you can actually have more nutrient in the bean to be released so the body can break it down and digest better. If you have a very sensitive stomach where you get very gassy easily, I would say not only soak the bean, you sprout the bean. How you sprout the bean is as simple as you put them in a glass, you put in the beans, and every day you change the water and you put them in a dark place and you can see your bean start to sprout. So you can buy them dry sprouted, or you can sprout them yourself by using the method that I just show you. So now that you soak your bean, or if you do a few more days, say 3 to 4 days, then you sprout your beans. Those water, discard them, use fresh water. And how should you cook them? My favorite way to cook them is using a pressure cooker. So in this case, it will be my Instant Pot. Why? Because number one, it cooks fast. Number two, by using pressure cooker, it actually reduces lectin. This is a protein that is found in beans, and it actually, for a lot of people, they worry about, say, leaky gut or affecting how it digests and worry about increasing the inflammatory response. This is a great way for you to reduce lectin by simply cooking them in a pressure cooker. Another thing that I like to do is when I do it in bulk. The whole process of doing it every time is, to me, is a hassle. It's easy, but it still takes time. So I like to do them in advance, cook them all in advance, and I actually freeze them into a small pouch, and whenever I need them, I just take one bag out, I thaw them, and I make different things. So third is how to make them tasty, because a lot of people say beans are okay, I can get to do this, but how do I make them tasty? I think beans are like tofu. It has no flavor. You can make them savory or you can make them sweet. Asian people, red bean soup, isn't that a sweet? Is that a dessert? It is a dessert. So whether it's savory or sweet, it really depends on how you spice them up. One of my favorite is actually to make them into a dip. A second way is to add it as a condiment for my salad. And third way is when I make my dressing, or not my dressing, my sauce, I usually add some bean for the extra fiber, because I find that kids now, they don't get enough fiber anyway. So I will kind of pulse my bean to small pieces and I add them into my pasta sauce. So the kids get some beans, some fiber in their meat sauce, which they did not even know anyway. So it's such a great way. It's so versatile. It's such a great way to add fiber, add extra protein to you and your family. So I hope these tips really help you to understand that beans are such an easy way to add to your lifestyle and your eating habit without them making you gassy. And last but not least is, I want to say, the frequency of eating it, the amount of eating it really depends on how you can handle it. If you have a very sensitive stomach where you get very gassy very easily, or you don't digest food easily, I would suggest start slow and gradually increase. And if you have no problem, obviously you can eat the amount that you usually eat. So this is really up to you. And as always, 食得有型，活得健康. I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.